bit of a cautionary warning to my viewers. If you decide to move to a state that has more sunny climate like Florida, as I did, when people tell you to use sunscreen, you should fucking listen to them. Oh my fucking God. I was at Margarita Fest in Tampa last weekend, and I was outside the entire time, not thinking that I might need sunscreen so I don't burn. And so the back of my neck, front of my neck, my arm, you can't really see it too well on video, but it's pretty crispy. Aloe, aloe, aloe. I'm so glad I have aloe actually growing in my yard so I can just snap off a piece and just slather it all over myself before I go to bed, so I'm not screaming in pain when I wake up in the morning, although if I stick to the sheets from the aloe, I'm going to be screaming in pain anyway. Yeah. Also, addendum to last week's review, Gene informed me that the hand-me-ups from Dark City and Bolero Snort was a limited release, not available anymore. So if for some reason you are able to actually find it on a shelf, snag that, because you should not be able to find it on a shelf. With that, let me move to the actual review here for this week. This is from Funky Buddha. Wide Awake It's Morning Imperial Maple Bacon Coffee Porter. Now, I was a bit torn on picking up this beer. I saw it on shelves for a while, and I'm skeptical of Imperials a lot of the time, especially if it's a variation of a beer that has a non-Imperial release, such as this one. I absolutely loved the Maple Bacon Coffee Porter from this year. It felt like a perfect beer to me. Just it hit all the right spots for me. And I thought that an Imperial, in this sense, might almost screw that up. It would go too high a booziness quotient. And this one, it's actually not a ridiculously high ABV for an Imperial Porter. It's 9.5%. Doesn't cross that 10% threshold. Imperial Stouts, those seem to hit that a little bit more than Porters do. But this wasn't really on my radar to pick up necessarily. And then I got into a Reddit thread on the beer subreddit regarding, I can't remember if it was regarding the actual Maple Bacon Coffee Porter or the Imperial here, but somebody mentioned the Imperial, or somebody was extolling the virtues of the Imperial, saying they considered it possibly better than the regular Maple Bacon Coffee Porter. And I love the Maple Bacon Coffee Porter, and if Funky Buddha can actually make it better, who am I to not try that? So, the fuck did I do with my bottle opener? There it is. Always know where your bottle opener is. So I'm very, very curious about this one. Like I said, skeptical about Imperials because I feel like that booziness overwhelms the flavors of that original. Whoa, okay. The maple aroma is still very strongly there, just as in the regular. That is a very, very, very good sign right there. Okay. That aroma just kills me. I love it. This is a lot more accessible to me than the regular. I think a little bit cheaper too. I want to say this was maybe $13.99, $14.99 for a bottle, and the regular Maple Bacon Coffee Porter was probably closer to like that $20 mark. Oh, that maple still comes out. Beautiful, nice, dark color. I'm curious if the name of this one is a nod to the Bright Eyes album, I'm Wide Awake It's Morning. I'm not sure. Maybe it's a more common phrase than I give it credit for. Who knows? But anyway, let me have a taste of this. It's definitely more boozy than the regular. That said, the flavor is definitely there. At first sip, I still like the original more because that booziness overshadows that nice mellow flavor of the regular Maple Bacon Coffee Porter. That said, if the regular Maple Bacon Coffee Porter, and I hate having to say that again and again, but the regular maple bacon coffee porter, if that one didn't exist and it was just an imperial from Funky Buddha, this would be a highly heralded top beer for me. I mean, when I log this in on Untappd, it may not be a 5 for me like the maple bacon coffee porter is. Jesus, it's almost like a tongue twister. At least a 4.75. It's still very, very good. It almost feels like booziness for booziness sake. I don't necessarily need an imperial. Still, it's damn delicious. The maple is the star of the show on this one. The coffee comes through after. You get a little bit of that smokiness for the bacon. All the elements are still there. All the elements are still there. They're just slightly overshadowed. Slightly. But that said, still damn delicious. And this is another one that would probably be very, very good as it warms up a bit more too. And considering I've already opened this bottle, the bottle's probably going to warm up a bit. So the next bit I pour after this glass is filled and killing off the bottle, that will probably enhance some of those flavors a bit. It might enhance that booziness a little bit more too. So it's tough to say. Some Imperials for me really, really work because they don't overemphasize that alcohol level. This one still seems to, and I don't want it to seem like I don't like this. I really do like this, but overshadows those flavors just by a shred, and it takes off that little bit for me because of that. But I'm still gonna have one more sip, and I'm still gonna finish this damn bottle because it is good. Very, very tasty. And you know what? Easier to find than the regular maple bacon coffee porter. So this is not at all a bad substitute if you cannot find that one. Wide Awake It's Morning Imperial Maple Bacon Coffee Porter from Funky Buddha Brewing, 9.5% ABV. If you like Imperials, if you like maple, you like bacon, you like coffee, you like porters, you're gonna love this. I'll see you for the next review.